not here, you missing out. Cause this show.
What's up, Savannah Evans here, and I love wrestling. You love wrestling, and we love wrestling.
Welcome to Women on Wednesday. Ooh.
Yes.
Yo, we back for another week. Let me apologize first off. You know, this person got signed last year, and I've been posting stuff, and we should have had a conversation sooner. You know, it's our first guest. It's the guest who's been here the most.
Ear to his eye.
Of course.
She's gonna be a star. She is a star. I mean, I told you she's gonna be a star. We have the Cannibal, Savannah Evans. How you doing, Savannah?
Doing good. And I think actually the last time we talked, it was in the middle of, I couldn't talk about Impact. It was like on the verge of happening. So now, it's here. We can talk about it. Yeah, I kind of had to skirt around some of your questions last time.
I saw that interview.
Yo,
so yeah.
I'm glad you at, Maddy. So, Savannah, you was on last time. It was in May. You know what I'm saying? So I was messed up because I was supposed to be at the event Jobber Slam. We sponsored you with against Darius Carter. And
I was there.
She was there. I'm looking through some papers and everything, and I see Savannah Evans signed to Impact. So in my head, up until the day I found out I couldn't go, I was like, "Oh man, she's gonna have to say something to me. I'm just gonna look her in the face and be like, for real?" You know what I'm saying? But that didn't get to happen. But I did see you at an Impact event.
Yeah,
I'll talk about that later. But that match with Darius Carter, what's going on? What happened with that? What was the breakdown with him?
Darius being Darius.
He is definitely something else.
There's something else doesn't even describe it.
I mean, he just came in and left the same way he came in.
He wants to strut his stuff, you know what I mean? He's I think a lot of people compare him to villainous William Regal, like a new school William Regal, but he's gonna let you know. He's gonna let you know.
Yeah, he got real heel tactics. He's dirty.
He's dirty.
He is dirty. So that's what happened at Battle Club Pro. He was dirty there. That's messed up.
I think I need a rematch with Darius for sure.
You do? Because after I saw the match, I didn't follow Darius for 2 weeks.
Does he know?
I mean, he had to see it because I didn't put nothing up about him or nothing. I was just like, dang, he had to do it like that? For real? That's how you felt? It was hurtful.
It was hurtful.
After some time,
I understood,
but you definitely need a rematch. But
that was not the showing I wanted. No.
I'm gonna throw it to Maddy. I'm gonna come back later, but Maddy, you got this. Savannah Evans, Impact Wrestling star Savannah Evans. Ooh,
that's right, the Cannibal. So Savannah, the last time you were on, I don't know if it was the very last one because you've been on a few times, so I confused.
Yeah, I think this is my third time. I think
third or fourth, maybe. You were talking about pan-seared salmon. Is that right? Was it pan-seared salmon? Pan-seared.
You know what? Probably it was the tuna. It was probably tuna. Because I like it seared on the outside, a tiny little crust, and then inside it can be sushi grade. Yep.
Yes. So have you upped your cooking skills since then?
I don't know. Did you see the Instagram story today?
No, what happened? I haven't been on
Oh,
Instagram
okay.
today.
Today I had some white rice, a nicely well-cooked salmon, some green onion on top, and those seaweed snacks on the side. It was really good. A little soy sauce.
Did you make it?
I did.
Oh, well, girl, you can cook then.
My
You
bad. I
can-
thought that was implied.
That's it then. You can cook.
A little
That's
bit, a
funny.
little something. Oh my
I mean, I
God.
can't.
Cowboy
I
wants
can't
the
cook
spotlight.
seafood. That's so funny. So now that you're signed to Impact, how is the dynamic different from wrestling on the indies versus wrestling on TV?
Well, I think
Or is there?
it's obviously on like a bigger scale. You know what I mean? Like you walk out and it's not just you don't get indie show vibe. You walk out and it's just you see where the cameras are at. You know the fans are as far back as they can go. Like
Mhm.
it's for me, it feels liver. I don't know how, but it feels liver than an indie show.
Probably because there's more people, I think, right?
And it's like I think it's another level of pressure too because it's TV. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Do you know like where to look with the camera? Because I always hear like when people start to do the TV stuff, they're a little off at first because they don't know where the cameras are actually at or where you're supposed to do your spots.
Yeah, I think it's not till not till you know when you're in the back, you're like, okay, the camera's gonna be over here. But it's when you're walking through, it's like, okay, there's that camera, there's hard cam, there's that Roman cam. Like as you're walking down, you kind of take note of that, or you know
Ooh.
when you're in the ring, yeah, you're
No
like,
pressure.
okay, I know where I need to be now.
No pressure at all. When you were in the indies, I saw that you had a few matches with Tasha Steelz and also against her. And did you ever imagine that you would both be working for the same promotion?
You know, I just thought about that the other day. We had a match. I want to say it was Queens of Combat, maybe like a double header they had
Heard of
in
it.
North Carolina with PWX. I want to say, and I was like, yeah, it's cool to think back. You know what I mean? Like we had that singles match, and here we are years later. You know, working together and tagging together Impact. It's just it's always cool to me where you end up in a few years. You know what I mean? Stuff that seemed, I guess, regular at the time. Like you can look back on it and be like, well, that was cool because that was just the start of this, or you know what I mean? That's a cool coincidence and stuff like that.
That is pretty cool though.
Mm.
You could, I mean, I feel like when you're in the beginning, you always are thinking of the future, but when you actually get there, it must be like an amazing feeling to see how far you've come.
Yeah, I
And
think it takes a second too sometimes to set in. You know what I mean? To sit back and really think about it. Like, okay.
surreal. It's surreal.
Mhm.
But you've definitely earned it. You know, some people say, oh, they deserve it. You've earned it. You've been working your ass off for years now. And the improvement and how amazing you are in the ring. I mean, you really are a strong woman wrestler. Like, I love it. I love watching you because you look like you're really kicking people's ass. So I don't know if you like work on like being that forceful or not, but it's just something about wrestlers, not just women or male wrestlers, but just wrestlers in general that I really appreciate is when you can make it look like you're legitimately killing somebody, but you're not. Like, I love that. And that takes skills.
Yeah,
So
first of all, thank you. My presence is something that I do work on all the time, and I'm always trying to think about it. Because in a lot of instances, it sets me apart from other girls, or even sometimes, you know, guys on the show. If I'm wrestling a guy, like just being bigger, you know, presenting myself a certain way. It
yes.
it's something that, like I said, I'm always working on. I'm always trying to think of different ways, like, well, how can I present myself this way?
Yeah, no, it shows. It definitely shows. I mean, and I've seen you wrestle against men and women. I've also seen you like do tag matches like with a guy against, you know, a mixed team. what do you prefer, or do you have a preference, or do you like intergender, mixed tag, or do you have a preference when it comes to wrestling?
So I feel like I appreciate a variety. Like I like that I am able to do, intergender matches, or I'm able to do tag matches, you know what I mean, or just, a singles. I I like the variety of it. It keeps me sharp, you know what I mean? But I
Yes.
definitely do, yeah, I definitely do like the aspect of working guys, especially like I don't know, like in the South, like in Charlotte, in
Right.
South Carolina, even like down in Georgia, working guys, it's the crowd reacts different, and especially if it's like a hometown thing, like I'm in Charlotte,
Mm-hmm.
the feel is great. And then I'm sure I talked about it on the podcast before, but like uh afterwards, and you're at the merch table, and little kids come up to you, especially little girls come up to you, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're really cool. You kicked that guy's ass." Like, okay, or butt. You know what I mean? You kicked that
Oh
guy's
yeah,
butt, and
it's
to see
worth
little
it.
girls like, yes, they're so excited about it. Like that to me is is part of what I like about intergender wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
know some people have their ideas and their thoughts and their opinions about it, but I think it's a thing that the kids like, and for some reason the kids understand it more than adults do. 'Cause a lot of people are like, oh, well, you shouldn't promote, violence against women, and I'm like, that's not what it is. You know what I
that's not
mean?
what it
It's not
is.
what
It's
it is. Yeah,
glass
but
half full, people.
yes, but the kids get it. The kids understand what type of atmosphere this is. This is, it'd be like Superman versus Wonder Woman, or Wonder Woman versus Batman, or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the kids get it.
They get
So I
it.
always appreciate that. So the little girls at the merch table, it's always for them. You
The
know what I
little
mean?
girls. That's so sweet, though. I mean, it must make you feel like, even if you're having like a bad day, it must make it worth it at the end when something like that comes through, you know?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I mean, it's always good to represent for the little girls and the little boys, that are watching and stuff like that. So it's just, I feel that fans can make it or break it, but kids, they're going to be 100% honest. So when they come out like that and they tell you that you're cool, they mean it.
Yes. Yes.
They mean it. And you've wrestled so much. You wrestled against almost everyone that is anyone out there. Because I was looking through your matches. I'm like, holy crap. Who hasn't Savannah gone up against? Is there anyone that you haven't kicked their ass yet that you really want to go up against? Two.
You, you
Two.
already know. Just answer it for me.
Give it to me. I want to know.
Listen, companies, I put a message up. I still stand by this. I haven't physically gave any money to anybody, but book Savannah Evans versus La Rosa Negra. Contact me. Book Savannah Evans versus Thunder Rosa. Contact me.
I was
Those
gonna
are the
ask.
two, and they've been the two I've been wanting to wrestle for since the like 6 years, at least 6 years.
Oh my God. Why doesn't somebody make that happen, please?
Oh, I
Make it
want it to happen.
happen.
Y'all don't
Jesus.
like money? Y'all scared?
I
I
know
don't put
what
it
the
out there to y'all.
Somebody's scared. Somebody out there is scared to book it.
Last
because
year, it was supposed
damn,
to, you know what? Never mind.
that
Listen,
would be nothing but bangers.
I'm
Jesus.
getting mad.
Bangers. Oh
You
Make
my
it
are.
happen.
God.
You're heated. You're heated.
Oh my
Make
God. I would love to see that. I'm sitting here like, yes, please give that to me back to
Make it
back.
happen. Oh, there, there is a place though that I'm closely associated with that could probably make it happen at some point.
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay.
y'all out, but now that's on y'all. But y'all see what's going on. All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Get me
No.
out.
Let's make that happen. Um, I wanted to ask you because going back to how like ruthless you are in the ring, which is a beautiful thing. I love it. Has there ever been a match? Yeah, like she's tough. I love that. Have you ever had a match with somebody actually hit you
Lay down.
for real, and then you had to cash those receipts?
Sorry, he was distracted me. You said, has anyone ever tagged me for real in a match?
Yeah, like by mistake, and then you
Cool.
had to then you cash receipts on. Has that ever happened?
Darius Carter.
No. Nah, Darius Carter is due for some stuff, but I always feel never to the point where it's been an issue. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's physical, and if I get popped hard, it's like, okay, here's yours. Let's keep going. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not even a big deal where it's, you know, malicious or anything like that.
Oh,
it's
no,
like,
no.
All right, here you go. Let's go.
So it does happen, because I always wanted to ask, and I never actually got around to asking a wrestler that, because I hear it happening all the time, but I never actually. Is this something where you're like, motherfucker?
I don't know, and it depends too, because me and Lindsay Snow talk about this, about like physical female matches. We love wrestling each other because we know, okay, it's gonna be physical. No one's taking offense to it, and you know what I mean. Like, we're not malicious or anything about it. So, I do kind of like when there is that understanding, but yeah, I unless I don't take, if someone accidentally tags me, I'm not gonna take it personal until they make it personal. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
Okay, you got me. I got you. Let's just keep going.
Let's move on. I like that.
Yeah,
that's good. That's funny. I'm gonna be watching now. Like, that person.
I mean, it does kind of it amps you, and I think this was gonna go with the Lindsay Snow things. Like, it amps you a little bit. You're like, okay, and it can make the match saucier. You know what I mean? It can make it just that much interesting, that much better. But it really depends.
It really depends. It's like an adrenaline shot.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
Like, I see what you're doing. Let me repay you in kind. So, how much of the Cannibal, how much of the wrestler Savannah Evans is actually really you?
I don't know that I've talked about this on this show before, but
I didn't want to do.
What now?
I didn't want to ask these questions. That's why Maddy's here.
I know. And I think it's oftentimes why I don't do a lot of interviews is because my character, I feel, is nothing like me.
That's amazing.
People see me at shows and I'm usually like smiling, and it's just like I'm approachable, but the character Savannah is not approachable. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So, and then I came to a realization after a while of putting this character together and being the Cannibal that, like, I have to think pretty hard about the character. And ideally in wrestling, you want a character that you don't have to think hard about. It should come a little bit second nature to you. So to me, I think it's, and it includes the presence too, the presence, the everything. I don't think that's normally me. So I have to work hard to actually portray that and be that. Yeah, I just feel like I'm a nice person. So
well, you do seem like a very
the Cannibal's
nice
not.
No, the Cannibal is not, and I think that's impressive because a lot of times when I ask a wrestler this, they will say that a lot of their character as a wrestler is part of their actual persona. So to see someone develop a character that's not like them is impressive, because you have to, like, seriously be 100% invested in that character.
Yeah.
You know, or you're going to ruin the kayfabe.
Exactly. Once you're in the zone, like, you got to be dialed in is basically how I think about it.
You got it down.
Yeah.
You got it down.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love what you do.
I gotta ask, Savannah, did it almost break you at Knockouts Knockdown? Because look, Maddy, I was like, I don't know if she got a match out here, right? So she comes out, and I was like, oh, she's in the Monsters Ball match. I'm trying to be cool, but my face is just like, yeah. And she stops in front of me, and I'm like, yeah.
You were trying to break a camera.
I wasn't trying to break her at all, but when she walks away, I'm like, oh snap. I wasn't supposed to be like that in her face. I couldn't control myself. People around me like, oh, she gonna beat you up. I'm like, man, I just messed up trying to play it off.
Oh, she gonna beat you up.
But I felt like I almost broke you, and I wanted to apologize for that, because I was like, I was a giddy like fan at that moment, like, she's here, what's happening?
No, I remember because you were kind of like in the corner area, right?
Yeah.
By the stage. I came down, I saw you, I acknowledged, I gave the stare, and I just like kept going. But that match in general kind of had me a little, you know what I mean? Like inside, like a little giddy. Being able to do the Monsters Ball match was pretty cool. And then, you know, obviously going on to win it. Was awesome as well. Yeah.
I couldn't control myself. She won, bro. All right.
Yep. I only have like 2 more things to ask you, and then I'm gonna pass it back to Terry. Just want to know, like, what does a typical day in your life look like when you're not wrestling? Like, what do you typically like to do when you don't have to train and wrestle and travel, and when you can actually live outside of the wrestling?
So, pre-pandemic, I would have told you there's nothing going on outside of training for wrestling, being on the road, being at shows, eating, working out. It was all wrestling. And especially back then, because I was training like 3 nights a week. Fast forward pandemic, you know, my being around other people, like training, is not as often now. And then, of course, for a while, our facility was shut down. So I mean, I feel like a lot of people do it, not just wrestlers, but you are forced to think, well, what do I do for fun? Who am I, even if I don't have the thing that I always have, that I've been doing for, you know, the past few years? Like, who am I as a person? But I feel like now, you know, my schedule is still a lot lighter than it was prior to the pandemic, but it gives you time to sit back and think, okay, well, who am I? Like, what do I like to do? Do I have a social life still? Like, are my friends still there after I, you know, miss their birthdays for shows and miss, you know, their special moments, that kind of thing. To be honest, like now, so I work from home now, so it's like I wake up, I work. After work, it's gym, and then, you know, whatever have you, meal prep, hang out with the dog that's sleeping now back here.
So
Little
cute.
Cowboy.
He's so cute.
He didn't wake up. I was like, man, I said his name. He's gonna pop up. But yeah, just hanging out. Like nowadays, I really appreciate spending time with people, especially my family, and obviously my friends. So that's what I like doing the most now. Is just whatever they want to do, I'm down for it. Like, I let them choose, and I'm there just because I really appreciate and enjoy spending time with them now, because my schedule wasn't as open as it is now, and so I missed out on a lot of time with them.
Yeah. And I mean, the pandemic has been, in a way, like a blessing. So
yeah, and I think a lot of people had to realize that, and maybe they didn't realize that, but it's weird that that's what it took for some people to realize.
yeah.
But I definitely tried to look at it as like a blessing, you know, to stop and reflect on things that matter, outside of
That's
wrestling.
right. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I've been working from home for 2+ years, and I used to not get to my house till like 8 p.m. I was leaving at 5 a.m. So,
Yeah.
you know, so now that I've been home and I got to, you know, spend time with my husband and, you know, actually be able to see my family, it's been a blessing too. I mean, it's been sad for some parts, but you got to take, you know, the positive with the negative always.
Yeah.
And here's my last question before I pass it on to Trey. What is your favorite cheat meal?
This is the question every time, right?
I love food.
Uh,
You're gonna have to forgive me.
I love food. So, and I think this was my answer last time too. My favorite cheat meal is Chinese food. More importantly, orange
Ooh.
chicken and pork fried rice is my favorite.
Oh, sounds so
There's
good.
there's two Korean barbecue spots in Charlotte that I like going to. One of them, it's legit a 2 hour wait minimum. So there's yeah, it's insane. Because it's right
It
there
must be
in
good.
downtown. Yeah, it's great. But there's one that they just built up. It's a little newer. Doesn't have some of the same stuff, but there's never a wait. So I like going to that one. So
Yummy.
yeah, I like trying different food too. There's actually a really good spot in university area by the college called Banh Mi Brothers, and it's like the sandwiches, like the Korean sandwiches. It's so good. They have pho fries, so it's all the stuff that would be in like a bowl of pho,
Yeah.
but it's on top of fries, and then they have the hoisin sauce on top of it. It's so good.
Sounds like a dream. I'm so hungry now. Oh my God.
So
That's what I meant. We're
good.
asking about food.
Yeah,
Got it.
food
Orange
is
chicken.
everything.
Food is everything, which is why, I blow up and then I'll regret it later. But
But it's so good.
it's so good. Yeah. If food feeds my stomach and my soul. So I have to keep eating.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna pass it on to Trey. Thank you so much, Savannah. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for the questions. Appreciate you.
Got a little hungry here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you
Oh.
ordering food. He ordering
Did you
food.
say
You
the
get some Uber
fries
Eats?
on the bottom and they put the food over the top of it?
Yes. So it's the fries are on the bottom. So you know how in Canada they have the poutine fries and it has like the gravy on it and stuff?
I've
Mm-hmm.
never heard of
It's like
that. I
that. So
gotta
it's the
look that up.
fries and then it's like some type of like black pepper gravy-ish, but they have like the beef on top and like all the different things that would be in the pho soups, like the cilantro, the green onions, and just all of that. And then yeah, hoisin sauce all over, which is my favorite. It's good. And
God,
like the fries, they're crispy on the outside, so they stay crisp a little bit, but then eventually they get a little
mushy, but delicious.
delicious with the gravy on top.
We got a
You eat it with
place
a
like
fork.
that here.
Definitely a fork.
Oh my God.
I like to get steak and shrimp, cheese fries, and they put everything on it like it's a nacho plate or something. It's ridiculous.
Okay,
Um,
that sounds delicious.
I need
I
to
need
move the
that
hell
too.
out of where I live because they ain't got none of these places where I live. Oh God, I live in the middle of nowhere in Jersey.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Ain't got shit over here. I gotta go to New York to eat real food.
So
Sorry.
eating food. Let's talk about the Cannibal eating food. No surrender coming up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got beef going on out here.
Lots of
Ty-
beef. Grade A, top choice.
top choice. That Hall of Fame beef. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mickie James. You know what I'm saying? Tasha dealing with her, but you got somebody keep running up in y'all situation, and Chessia Green. How you feel about that? That whole situation there, because you don't really say much about it, but looks like you're ready to whoop somebody at any time if you need to.
I have to be ready to whoop some ass at any time. It's always the folded arms and the stare. Yeah. So Chelsea wants to insert herself in my and Tasha's business with Mickie. We got a little something for her.
Okay. How does it? She asked
Yes.
you earlier about tagging with being with Tasha now. I told Maddy this maybe the other day, and stop me if you think I'm wrong, but How does it feel being like the Diesel to her Shawn Michaels? Because it's like you playing that enforcer role back there, and you intimidate. That's one way that I look at it.
That's exactly the way to look at it. You know what I mean?
Winning.
That's what it is.
Let's go. We out here. Let's get it. Hell yeah. That's Impact talk. I do have to ask about one thing because I was chilling about November. So you had a trophy from Florida, Fest Wrestling, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things going on down there. Shout out to Grit winning the Love Cup.
Yes. For the second time.
Second time. So when you won that trophy, did you have like a title shot that was coming up for you, or?
Yes. So we gonna talk about this, okay? So yes, I won the Battle Royal. Okay. The Liquid Death Battle Royal. I won it. I got the Liquid Death trophy. Hold on. Okay, my battery's dying. So I won it, which guarantees me a title shot. And the current champion is MV Young. So I want to say it was back in December that match was made. And then COVID struck. So it had to be postponed. All right, cool. I'm still getting my title shot. And then we fast forward to last weekend to when the title shot was supposed to happen, and this time I have COVID. So it has to be postponed again. But I'm good now. COVID hit me for a good week and a half. I'm still a little congested now, but I did finally start testing negative at the end of last week.
Marion got everyone.
Yeah. And it was definitely the Omarion one too.
Yeah, we got it. So we had a super spreader in my house for Christmas. So
no.
Yeah, we're all good, thank God. We all good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If the story ain't been posted, somebody gonna clip that and be like, Savannah Evans had COVID, but it's okay.
Who didn't?
But just gonna say Savannah Evans had COVID. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't post it, but I had to miss a show the weekend before too. So I figured people kind of knew. They did announce it. It was Pro Wrestling Turbo in South Carolina, so they announced it. I didn't really make a big deal over it, but I did make sure to tell Tony from Fest like I can't make it. Like, I tested negative 2 days before the show, but I was still not feeling great. So I was like, hey man, I'm sorry. But hopefully we can get that rematch going.
Yes.
Sorry, I just got a text. I was telling Terry before the show, someone tried to FaceTime me, and then I looked it up, the area code, it's Jackson, Mississippi, and I was like, I don't know who this would be. And I was like, maybe it's y'all trying to update me on the show. It was not. And then just now they just texted me, call me when you get a chance. I'm like, I don't know who this is. This number is not saved in my phone. So
who could
we won't find out after this.
I'm from Mississippi, but it's nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
I never been to Mississippi.
Right. I don't think I have either. I've driven through it. Well, okay, so this year WrestleMania is in Dallas. The last time it was in Dallas was the last time I probably drove through Mississippi, to be honest.
Through
It's
Mississippi.
like on the way to WrestleCon that year.
WrestleCon, yo, you and the Woe went out there and
Yes.
For Wrestle Cade back in November.
Wrestle Cade, yeah, Wrestle Cade. November, y'all had that. I clipped the match up. I never posted it, but I saw what y'all was doing out there. You know what I'm saying? How's Wrestle
She brought
Cade?
those buns of steel. She brought those buns
Mass destruction indeed.
Yes. Yeah, so first of all, Wrestle Cade is, I will say it's my favorite convention of the year. You know what I mean? Like it's so fun, and for me it's like an hour and a half away. It's not even that far.
Oh, that's good.
And there's like no stress. It's, because I always used to talk about, I used to work for High Spot, so I used to have to work WrestleCon. So I always loved Wrestle Cade because I didn't have to work it like that. You know what I mean? I could have fun, hang out, drink, chill.
Nice.
But I love Wrestle Cade. They didn't have it 2021 because of the pandemic. Actually, you know what? I think we didn't have it for 2 years now that I think about it. So anyway, they didn't have it for 2020, sorry. 2021 was the one where I wrestled Woad. So it was cool just to be back and be around everybody like that again. And being able to have that match with Woad on the Sunday show was really cool for me. Like and we both felt it. We both were like, this is gonna be good.
I feel like when the woe came on, she said she had to face you because of my like for you. It was one of them times the woe came on. She, yeah, I'm gonna face Savannah, and I was like, "What's that about?" She was like, "Yeah, I know that's who you want me to face." And then y'all faced each other. I was like,
"She is funny."
Oh, you gonna be at Mania?
I'm working on some stuff. So we'll see, hopefully. I know you're gonna be there.
I'll be there a couple of days, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to finalize my schedule. You know, I'm gonna be at For the Culture, whenever those tickets go on sale, Wale Mania.
Yes, Wale Mania.
I'm gonna try to hit the Mission Pro show before I go to night one of WrestleMania. So yeah. That's all I'm doing. After that, I'm done.
You free after that?
Yeah, after that.
After like 10 shows.
Yeah, I mean, if it's people on shows that I haven't seen in a while, then I want to get to that show and actually see them wrestle live. So that's how it goes with me. But I gotta do the black shows because I'm black, and that's what I'll be telling you. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all know what I mean. Just because of Mania.
Of course.
Oh man. Do I have any other questions? Do when Tasha wins I don't know this for a fact, but just let me talk for a second. When Tasha wins the Impact Knockouts championship, can I get y'all to go for the tag team titles and take it off the inspiration? Because I need you to have some championship gold on your waist. We told people you was gonna get signed in 2020. You're here now. We told people you was a problem. They seeing you a problem. Let me say this again. When she won that Monsters Ball match, I said, I'm going to talk mad shit to people now.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, in the Facebook group, they was like, oh, Savannah Evans up. I was like, oh, she about to kill it. And I was like, well, it's her first impact, on this show, it's Monster Ball. I was like, if she win this match, boy, y'all ain't going to be able to tell me. And she won that match.
That's exactly how it happened.
It took so much in me not to post it early to be like, hey, you muff, I tried to.
Yeah.
What now?
You should have recorded your response on video to play it later. Like, this was the response, y'all, 2 weeks ago.
I always think about doing that, but then people told me I should do that because in the moment they your responses are hilarious to people. I'm like, I don't know if that'll go over well because you can't hold me because that moment
you don't press in too early on that video.
Man. I was like, because I just remember I was like, you got this, Savannah. Ooh, there it is. There it is. And me and dudes over there like, hey, she doing her thing. But hey, it was enjoyment, to see somebody from the independents, then you see them on a bigger stage and they get that win. I like to be there for the win. So when they get that win, you like, yo, got that win. Then just seeing you on TV standing there, I'll be like, look, fucking her and Tasha Steelz just saw them at the event in May. You know what I'm saying? They interacted a little bit, but now they on TV together. Came in.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Somebody on the independent scenes book, Savannah Evans versus Kiera Hogan. You know, they do have a past, but I think that needs to get settled. Just saying.
People need a little bit of what's it called?
A refresher.
What's the other? Well, not a refresher, but they need like an ending to that.
Closure.
You know what I mean?
Closure.
Closure. They need the closure. Thank you.
It's a lot of things that I don't have closure to. Like,
Here we go.
Yeah, we need closure on that one though. Like Tasha and Kiera, if y'all they had their match, you know what I'm saying? They got their closure there, but Savannah need her closure with Kiera. Then we could have a Fire Flavor and Cannibal all
Well, I mean, technically, if we go and by the story, I have my closure. It would be Kiera that would need her closure.
Boom. Mic drop.
You're right.
The closure for me was that boot in the face.
Not her closure. Oh, I had interaction with this person, you know what I'm saying, at a event. I seen y'all two tweeting back and forth. So you named two people earlier. I'm gonna give you a third name just because this probably could happen. Katalina Perez.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that someone who you was trying to get a match with? Because I see y'all going back and forth a little bit. And I was like, they asking for this match? What's going on here? What's
and
this?
what you were seeing was me tweeting at PWX for that match. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I'm always trying to get them to bring in women, you know, more women. So I was trying to put it in their ear, like, hey guys, hey. And now that, you know, my schedule's a little busy with Impact, they had a show and they had Catalina on it, but I wasn't there. I couldn't make it. So maybe one of these days.
Speaking of PWX, you're the second person announced in the 16-person tournament for this year.
Yeah, the X16.
X16 last year, you know what I'm saying? Things happen, you didn't win. I want to see you at least get to like the finals.
Yeah. No, definitely. The first X16 I was in, I thought I had a good showing. Just came up a little bit short in the first round against Ethan Case. But like you said, this year, I'm ready to knock it out the park, burn the whole place down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Burn it down. Well, don't burn it down. Uh-oh.
If that's what it takes, someone burn it down.
I do it to her.
What's this? Oh, good.
She know what time it is. Savannah. It's big. Hey.
Put yourself over time.
We call this the put yourself over moment. I seen some new t-shirts out there, you know what I'm saying? They should know your social media. You can tell them again. Let them know things you got. I know you're gonna knock somebody's head off at No Surrender for no reason. I mean, not for no reason, just to keep them in line. But Savannah, can we just
remind them? You gotta remind them.
Hey, put yourself.
But I will remind everyone the social medias, okay? So we got Instagram, which I would say I probably use the most. It's Savannah Evans, SAVANNAHEVS, because Savannah Evans is taken by someone else who I don't know. The Twitter that I've forced myself to use more often, but I hate it probably the most is Savannah Evans, the letter N, the letter V. Because again, Savannah Evans is taken. I've tweeted at Twitter. I was like, this chick hasn't used her Twitter since 2011. Can we do something about it? I'm also trying to get verified, so maybe that will kind of work itself out. I don't know. And we have Facebook. You said what?
You over 10K?
No. I'm working on it. I think on Twitter I'm at 7. I think Instagram I'm at 8. So
You gonna
Oh
get
no,
verified.
we gotta fix that.
yeah,
Yeah, we gotta fix
yeah.
that.
No, I think
There's
I can
no
get
reason.
verified. Yeah, through Impact. So we'll see.
Yeah, you a superstar.
Um,
Absolutely.
the one I use the least is my Facebook, but it's also Savannah Evans, just because now I had to keep the theme of it rolling. So yeah, I do have new T-shirts out. The newer ones are not on the Big Cartel store, unfortunately, but I have a Big Cartel store. Savannah Evans at Big Cartel. The new shirts are on Pro Wrestling Tees, just because right now, currently, it's a little bit easier just to have them make the shirts for me. Uh, I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna figure it out, and we'll have them up on the Big Cartel store eventually. But right now, they're just on Pro Wrestling Tees. What else am I plugging? I'm plugging the OnlyFans. Terry brought that up the other day. So y'all can find my OnlyFans. It's the same. It's Savannah Evans, I'm pretty sure. So check that out if you're into the exclusive content. I always say it's like I guess it's like a plus because I don't really post a lot on social media of myself. Like there's no selfies, there's none of like even that. So I feel like fans are like anything they get of me is great. So check out the OnlyFans if that's your thing. Um, Shows coming up. Obviously, we talked about No Surrender in New Orleans, Mardi Gras season. So that's gonna be wild. What after that? I got a debut at Limitless too at the end of the month. Me and Becca. So that's gonna be hot. She just tweeted at me. She's coming back from Europe to wrestle me. So I think it'll be cool. It's a first time ever matchup. So I'm excited for that. Let me see what else is coming up. Also, another debut for Deadlock Pro is a new company in North Carolina. So I'm debuting for them in March.
The women led tournament, or is that the company, or is that a different company?
No. I think I know what you're talking about, but it's not that one.
Okay.
I think on this show so far, huh?
DLP, I think it is. Deadlock
Oh,
Pro.
this one's DPW is the one I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they got who I think JTG's on the show. Um, they got Patrick Scott, me, a couple of the other local guys, but it'll be good. Lucky Ali, I can never say his name enough to people. Lucky Ali is gonna be at the show. If you guys don't know him, check him out. He's great. He's different. He's interesting to follow. But this is
yo,
to put myself over. Why am I putting over Lucky Ali?
I was going to say
I don't
something
know.
about Lucky Ali.
Oh, what about Lucky Ali?
We actually got a lost interview from Lucky Ali that never came out. I wasn't a part of it. I watched it and everything, but we never released it. Man, Savannah, I want to thank you first off. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I want to give you thanks because when I be out here talking, I'll be like, "Yo, Savannah is like a star and everything." People be looking for more. So we found out you signed to Impact Wrestling.
He's such a
I
character.
felt this is selfish to me. I felt confirmation for myself that they knew and they know, and people were starting to know. So, yes, this is about Impact. Impact is bringing a lot of knockouts in. 2 years ago, people can go on the Instagram and see. I called the Knockouts division the best women's division out here, bar none to anybody. A lot of new blood there. You one of the people. How do you feel about the division now?
I love the Knockouts division. Like being a part of it, and just for the fact that it's such like a diverse group of girls too. You know what I mean? And we're all coming from everywhere. We're coming from the indies. Some are being pulled. XWB. Some are. We're on AEW. Just as like so many girls. None of us look the same. None of us look like the other. you know,
Mhm.
different backgrounds, different body types, different styles of wrestling, and it works. You know what I mean? Like we are putting in the work, we're working hard, we're always improving, we're putting on bangers. You know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
agree. I'd say it's it's a great division.
Hey,
Facts.
great division. One of the top new people in the division, Savannah Evans. I'm just happy she here. It's long overdue we got her here. Thank you for
Yeah.
being here. I'm happy we could sponsor your match last year, even though I couldn't be there. Darius, I still got beef with you. Number 2, we gotta have a match again.
Yeah,
Jobber Slam. I
rematch.
mean, that's where it happened last
Rematch.
time. Let's do number 2 this time. I'm gonna be in the building for that one though.
Gotcha. But let me say thank you guys for always supporting me. Like I'm not just saying that, it's true. Because like you just been saying, you've been saying it, and people are like, well, let me find out more from Savannah. And this is a platform, you know, that I can do that. And you guys are always putting me on. You're always sponsoring me. Like it's just it's a it's a good situation, you know, it's a good spot.
Terry always talks about
Tear.
you.
And Terry doesn't
Always.
shed that little tear.
Those are real tears. Those are real tears. He loves Savannah Evans. I mean, before I even knew who you were, I knew who you were because of
Yeah.
Trey.
People be out here tripping. They be
Over a
naming all
year
these.
ago.
They ain't doing nothing out here, man. You need to go watch Savannah. They be like,
Yes,
what? I'll be
that's
like,
pretty much
oh,
it.
watch it.
Yep. I'm
You
like
gonna
Savannah.
beat somebody up, and you gonna be like, okay.
Yep.
It's moments like this, guys. So if you another Impact show gonna happen, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I don't know what's after No Surrender, but I know where it's at. So I'll be at that show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got Louisville coming up. We got Philly coming up.
I'm only
Um,
in Louisville. I ain't doing
somewhere
Philly.
else I'm forgetting. We're places. We're places.
Philly be tripping, but if you're in Louisville, come say what's up to me. I'll be in Louisville.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually wear a We Love Wrestling shirt this time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a Savannah shirt too because I think they there for 2 nights. The tickets have not went on sale yet, but I will have one.
Not yet.
Um,
Nice.
but man, let's get out of here, man, because I'm gonna cry and I don't really want to cry.
No, we can't have him on camera crying. Okay.
Word.
Last message though, companies, please, 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 somebody. I ain't gonna call no names out. Book those matches. Get Savannah there. It's a few Savannah matches I want to see. Okay, we got the La Rosa Negra, we got the Thunder Rosa, we got a Savannah Evans versus Hyan match that was supposed to happen like a year and a half ago. That's been in my head, still here that I haven't seen.
I didn't know about this. That needs to happen.
You did know about this. It was supposed to
When was
happen in
this? Remind me.
Indiana. The
When?
GCW 13 show that came to Indiana.
Do I
Well,
remember that? When
if
was
you
this?
this was like during the pandemic.
Oh yes, I do. So I do remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, that match was supposed to happen here in Indy, and I was like, "Oh snap!"
It was part of the food truck festival.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm a Savannah Evans fan, but if you know me over here, I'm a Hyan fan too." And this girl happened in my backyard.
Oh, you must
It
have
didn't
been
happen.
so
It didn't
pissed
happen.
when it didn't happen. Look at his
All right.
face.
See, I'm back. I'm back together now. Companies do right by right by us. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Give us what we want.
Yeah, say it loud.
That's
watch
right.
Hate
no
that
surrender.
shit.
That's right.
Hey,
Come on.
watch, watch, watch no surrender.
Hmm.
Watch no surrender. Watch no surrender.
One
But
time.
Maddy, like Like, thank you for joining us. Savannah, I'd like to
Thank you for
for
having me.
joining us and being Cannibal and just
Thank you,
going out there and doing.
Savannah.
No, thanks to both
Yeah.
of you, for real, y'all.
This was awesome. Trey was like,
I'm
Savannah
trying to think.
Evans, you want to jump on it? I'm like, hell yes. Fuck yeah. So thank y'all.
I even named a few wrestlers, but never mind. We ain't gonna talk about that. We'll see y'all in a couple weeks with somebody else Maddy asked for. But like I always say, if I love the Cannibal and you love the Cannibal, then we love Savannah Evans. Now, but y'all can keep it. But like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet. Ooh.
I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then you're not here, you missing out. Is this show?